Hello and welcome, Andy here, and today we're looking at the Magneto U1 Sonnet Deluxe US4300 guitar, finished here in apple gold. This guitar has kindly been loaned to me by Rossetti Distribution for review, so big shout out to them for making it happen. As usual, this is an honest, open take on the guitar, and I'm not paid to review these instruments. I'll call everything as I see it, and I'm not affiliated with either the brand or the distributor. All thoughts and observations are my own, with no outside influence at all. Now, you may or may not have come across Magneto guitars before, but they were formed in 2008 as a boutique level guitar manufacturer based in France. They've built a reputation for stunningly high quality instruments with price tags to match before expanding into the import line of guitars that are built in China, like the one we have here today. Magneto count blues legend Eric Gales and veteran session player Andy G. Jones as endorsers, both of whom have signature models. Today, Magneto are rapidly making a name for themselves with their unique take on some classic designs, as well as some original ideas that push the boundaries of traditional guitar design. So without further ado, let's jump into it. The U1 Sonnet US4300 Deluxe at first glance looks like a typical S-type guitar, but look a little closer and you can see the dimensions have been tweaked and morphed, a little from the obvious. It's subtle, but it's enough to make the shape unique. The upper and lower horn are a little squarer to the body, and upper access feels a little easier than what I expected. Starting at the headstock end, we have a traditional 6-in-line machine head setup with a set of Goto SGM lock-in tuners along the top edge. They feel fantastic and work as you'd expect branded tuners to. The roller string tree on the B&E strings is a nice touch as well, minimising friction whilst retaining the string well. As a result of all of this, the guitar is easy to tune and stays put once it's there. Moving down, we have a bone nut on top of a roasted maple neck and an East Indian rosewood fretboard. The neck has a lovely satin finish and doesn't get at all sticky underhand. The 22 narrow jumbo Sanko frets are impeccably fitted with no high spots or sharp edges, and the arrowhead inlays and star at the 12 are all superbly done too, with no visible filler to be found anywhere. The neck profile is described as a medium C with a 12-inch radius. It's certainly on the larger side of medium, but it's not unwieldy, even for someone like myself with smaller hands. The radius suits the vibe of the guitar well, as it's flat enough to still feel modern and fast, but not so flat as to lose the vintage vibe this guitar seems to have. Coming down the neck to the hill, and Magneto have tapered it slightly to further aid access to the upper frets. It's not a huge taper, but it does seem to help a little, making bending at the 22 possible, even if it's not the easiest. That said, it's not unusual for this style of guitar to be difficult at the top end, and the few design tweaks they've made here do seem to make it easier than many other S-style guitars that I've played. Onto the body, and we have this stunning apple gold metallic finish, which I personally love. It's unusual enough to stand out without being ostentatious. Attached to the top is this glorious wooden scratch plate. Magneto don't specify what the wood is, but I'm a huge fan of the aesthetic, and it makes a welcome change from the swathes of plastic we're used to seeing. For me, it adds a really premium look to the guitar and makes it stand out from the competition. I'm not sure how it will fare over time compared to plastic, but it feels solid and well made, so I wouldn't be overly concerned about wear over its life. The same wood has also been used for the backplate, which again really adds to the premium feel. Before we move on, don't forget to like and subscribe to the channel if you like what you see. As well as gear reviews, we'll have lessons, tour blogs, industry advice and much more. But for now, back to the guitar. The body is 2-piece American alder, which is pretty standard for this type of guitar, and it feels nice and resonant when playing unplugged. This particular guitar comes with Magneto's own CH-designed calibrated Alnico pickups in a humbucker single configuration. Now, HSS is my preferred setup for an S-style guitar, and the decision to place a covered humbucker in the bridge position sits really well with me, again adding to the premium vibes this guitar offers. The pickups aren't particularly high output as you'd expect, but they are very articulate and detailed. There's also a really nice range of tones throughout the pickups, and every position is really usable. Controls are a master volume, master tone and a 5-way switch, all courtesy of Alpha. My one gripe at this point is I would have loved to have seen a coil split option for the humbucker to pull some more traditional bridge tones, but for me at least it's not a position I use that often and I can happily work around it. The bridge is Magneto's own unit with steel saddles. It's nothing particularly new or innovative, but I suspect that's entirely the point. It does work well and it feels solid and smooth, so no complaints from me at all. The factory setup out of the box is very good, and it comes strung with my preferred 10 to 46 gauge strings, which is always a bonus for me. The action is nice and low with no buzz or fretting out anywhere, and it's intonated perfectly too. Personally, I'd actually pull the action slightly up as I like a bit of a fight in a guitar like this, but it's certainly on the better end of factory setups I've seen. The guitar also ships with the Magneto branded gig bag. It's nothing special, but it does the job perfectly well, and it's always a welcome addition to save money at the point of purchase. Now, I will say at this point in time that this guitar has done the rounds with a few clinicians and reviewers, so any marks or anything like that you may see in the shots can be discounted from scrutiny. I haven't really found anything myself, but it is worth pointing out just in case. Overall, the fit and finish is very good indeed, with nothing jumping out to me at all as potentially problematic. Now, I have said this before about other guitars, but once again, this is a testament to the quality coming from the Chinese factories currently. A lot of people will shy away from Chinese-built guitars based on their past reputation, but it's certainly not an issue with this guitar. Everything is well made, solid and beautifully finished, so don't be put off based on previous information. So to sum up, this is a very impressive guitar indeed. It's a sidestep from the obvious choices, but for me at least brings some premium features and looks that make it a serious contender in this crowded market. If you're looking for a great sounding, well built and unique S-style guitar, this should definitely be on your radar. Now let's have a listen to some tones from the guitar. As usual, I'm running from the guitar straight into a Line 6 Helix and into Logic with no post-processing on any guitar sounds. So there we have it, a great sounding and unique offering from Magneto. I hope you've enjoyed the video and I will see you next time. Take care.